It's the last day before the All-Star break in the K, and we got a lot on our plate. Let's see what's good. My name is Andrea Sachenko, and you're watching Daily KHL Update. We begin our journey in Russia's Far East. Amur face off against the rivals Admiral for the second time in as many days. The Sailors strike late in the first, and they do it short-handed. Alexander Shevchenko skates coast to coast with it and beats Evgeny Alekin with a marvelous rising shot. But the Tigers convert on the same power play to tie it up. Stanislav Bacharov hits the target. He now has 4 points in 4 games since joining his hometown team from Salavad. Admiral regained the lead midway through the second. Anton Berilov chucks it to the slot, and Nikolai Chibikin redirects it past Alekin. That's a power play goal, and Admiral lead 2-1. Amur come close to tying it up once again before the period expires. Chaotic play develops in front of Admiral's net, and Nikita Serebrikov manages to cover it up. The Virstas put it away in the dying seconds of regulation as Rudolf Chervenes scores his 10th of the year on the empty net. Admiral beat Amur for the first time this season as they take it 3-1 on the road. We're off to Siberia now, where Salavat Ulayev challenged the Snowflakes. The Virstas break the ice just under 2 minutes in as Daniil Skorikov jams it in for his first in the big league. Sibir bring you back to square one a few minutes later. 2011 World Junior hero Denis Golubev tucks home the rebound, and it's 1-1 after 20. Second period now, Salavad with a 4-on-3 man advantage. Mikhail Naumenkov drops down low and makes it 2-1. Soon after that, Salavad got a 2-man advantage, and Naumenkov converts on it as well for his second of the night and 5th of the year. At least Sibir had called off one penalty before the puck went in, but less than a minute later, Salavad scored another one. Grigory Panin goes for a clapper, and it goes in off Skorikov. The Virstas scored 3 goals in less than 3 minutes, and just like that, it's a 4-1 hockey game. Sibir swapped Denis Kostin for Anton Krasotkin after that and got a goal back before the intermission. Vladimir Butuzov sends it past Andrei Koreev with a nice shot on a power play. Butuzov then scores his second of the game and 16th of the year early in the third to pull Sibir back to within 1. But the hope is short-lived. In the very next shift, Yegor Suchkov barrels down on net, shields the puck, and sets up Sergei Shmilov for his 15th of the year. And in the final minute of regulation, former Leaf Nikolai Kolomin hits the empty net to seal the deal. Salavad beats Sibir on the road and remain 4th in the East. 6-3 is your final. We move on to Omsk now for a huge game between Avangard and Akbars. We go to G-Drive Arena for the action. The Hawks strike twice in the opening frame, and both of their talents come on a power play. First, former Barry Colt Ivante Legin scores his 4th of the season. And late in the frame, Arseniy Gritsuk wires it past Amir Miftakhov on the short side to make it 2-0. Sergei Talchinsky with assist on both of his markers. Akbars respond with 2 tallies in the second. First, Vadim Shipachov feeds Mitya Kagarlitsky in the goal mouth, and he delivers. And a few minutes later, Nikita Dinyak throws it past Vasily Demchenko from on top of the circle. He's got 5 goals on the season now. No scoring in the third, even though the Hawks got really close to clinch the W. Corbin Knight shoots from inside with no one around him, but the puck hits 2 pipes and somehow goes back into play. He goes to overtime, and Dmitry Yudin gets to be the hero. Vadim Shipachov draws his second assist of the night and 20th of the season as Yudin ends the game with a long clapper. What a way to score your first goal of the year. Akbars beat Avangard for the first time in 3 games this season. 3-2 is your final. Next up, Yekaterinburg. Top team of the East Automobilist meet the rivals Tractor. The visitors opened up the score in midway through the first. Alexei Bavaltsev sets up Anton Bordasov in the high slot. He shoots, rebound, and Bavaltsev sends it home. 1-0 Tractor. Man and Red even it up in the last minute of the frame. Jesse Blacker beats Sergei Milnikov with a snapshot from on top of the circle. And early in the second period, another defenseman hits the twine. Yefim Gurkin scores his second of the year with a shot from the high slot. Turns out that's all they're gonna need. Automobilists win their 12th game out of the past 13 fifths in a row, and Tractor slide to the bottom of the East. 2-1 is your final. We're off to Minsk, Belarus now, where Dynamo do battle with the top team of the league table, SKA St. Petersburg. Last minute of the regular season between the two. The hosts get on the board first. Rookie Vadim Moroz scores his fourth of the season, while Ryan Spooner and Nick Merkley pick up the assists. There's a fight after that. Nikita Popogayev drops the gloves with Dmitry Jirabin, and it doesn't end well for the former Moose Jaw Warrior. St. Petersburg respond with 3 unanswered goals in the second. Nikita Gusev buries the rebound meter through the frame to tie it up. And then Gusev scores his second of the game and 13th of the season with a shot from mid-point. He's got 25 points in just 16 games now. Less than a minute later, Marat Khairulin crosses behind the net and makes a gorgeous dish to the far post. No problem for Damir Zakharov to finish it off. Dynamo rallied back early in the third. Joe Dushek rifles in home to convert on a power play and pull his team back to within 1. And less than a minute later, John Gilmer makes a diagonal pass to the other side of the rink, and Igor Martinov one-times it past Dmitry Nikolaev. We're all tied up at 3s now. But midway through the stanza, Captain Dmitry Yashkin finds the loose puck, takes a quick shot, and scores his 22nd goal of the year to put SKA back in the lead. And then Stanley Cup champ Alexander Volkov shoves it over the line to secure the W for St. Petersburg. SKA sweep the season series against Dynamo 4-0 as they take it 5-3 on the road. We'll make our way to Moscow now, where a retro-themed game between two rivals takes place. Spartak play host to Dynamo. It takes them a while to break the ice. No scoring through 40 minutes of play, but there's a huge hit in the second period. Maxim Teplakov decks Nikita Novikov behind the net. Third period now, Alexander Skorinov puts on a nice move in the offensive zone, but loses his balance and fails to wrap it around Alexei Krasikov. The red and white finally break the ice a few minutes later as rookie Timur Khairulin banks it home for his second of the year. Dynamo respond just 2 minutes later though. Chaos in the crease and Ilya Koblakov jams it in. As long as it counts, they don't ask how you got it. Regulation and overtime solve nothing, so it goes to the shootout, and Dmitry Rashevsky is the only one of both teams who converts on his attempt. Spartak and Dynamo decided in the shootout once again, but this time around it's the blue and white who get the W. 2-1 is your final. And there's just a few more scores left to tell you about. Ilya Fedotov scored twice in the second frame to lift Neftekimik 3-2 over Metallurg. Stanislav Yarovoy and Vladislav Karol got 2 tallies each as Vitas enjoyed a blowout 6-2 win over Sochi. And finally, Matt Jurusik made 47 saves as Kunlun Red Star enjoyed their first shutout win in franchise history over Lokomotiv. Jack Rodwell with the only tally in this one. And that's it for the KHL update. Enjoy the All-Star weekend and do come back on Monday the 19th for a heavy set of 10 games, including Torpedo vs Severstal and Avangard against Salawat Live. My name is Andrea Sachenka, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to tune in this Saturday for the All-Star.